Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're staying cool. I'm WFAA meteorologist Kyle Roberts. Just wanted to take a little time to talk about the extreme heat that we're seeing today and also that fire danger, as we do have a couple large wildfires ongoing in North Texas. Ariel Placencia will be on in just a little bit to talk about the latest on those. In the meantime, I want to give you a weather update. A reminder, we do have one of these excessive heat warnings. We've had these over the last couple days for all of North Texas now. It's been expanded just a little bit. Our southern row of counties, if you were in kind of the southern areas of North Texas, you were not included in this a little while ago, but now you've been added because your heat is basically the same as everybody else. Remember, those means those high temperatures anywhere from around 105 to 110, and your heat index higher than whatever the temperature is by a couple degrees. So if your actual temperature is 109, your heat index could be above 110. We also have that red flag warning in place. Basically, that just means very high fire danger all across North Texas. The winds are breezy today. It is very hot. It is dry as well. We also have the ongoing drought conditions. All the grasses out there are extremely dry, so any fire that gets started can spread very, very quickly. And unfortunately, we have seen that over the past 24 to 48 hours with a couple of those fires ongoing in parts of North Texas. So please be careful with the cigarette butts, anything that causes sparks, any open flames. There are burn bans in place for pretty much all of North Texas right now, so you should not be doing any outdoor burning. It doesn't ban you from doing things like welding and stuff that causes sparks, so you got to be careful if you're doing any of that activity. And please keep the cigarette butts in the car because, like I said, any of these fires could spread very quickly. Actual temperatures at this hour, it is 103 in Dallas. It is 106 in Fort Worth. Look at Mineral Wells, already up to 110 right now. That's out close to that fire near Possum Kingdom at the moment. 105 in Denton, 103 in McKinney, 103 in Waxahachie. Pretty much all of North Texas at or above 100 degrees right now. Quite a few places well above 100 degrees. Your heat index values are above the temperature as well. Athens was at 99, but feeling like 104. Dallas feels like 109. Fort Worth feels like 109. Not much of a heat index in Mineral Wells, but it doesn't really matter because the actual temperature is 110. 110 is also what it feels like in Denton and Paris at the moment. Right now at DFW Airport, it is 104. It's a little after 2:30 right now, so we still have another couple hours of heat to go. I'm guessing we'll probably end up around 108 to 109 for the high temperature this afternoon. 109 is what we hit yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit that again today. If we do hit it today, that would be a record high. The record is 108 set back in 2018. So with today hitting 100 degrees, that is 24 100-degree days so far. We've only had 4 in a row because late last week, we dipped below 100 degrees for a couple days. So our streak of triple digits isn't that high, but we've had 24 so far this summer season. And remember, we averaged 20, so we are above average and will continue to stay above average. Remains to be seen how much we end up with, but we're going to keep adding to that list at least today and tomorrow and probably over the next several days as well. Here's what you can expect through the rest of the evening. I think we hit around 109. That'll happen probably between 4 and 5 o'clock. Temperatures will slowly cool after that. May not drop down below 100 degrees till sometime between 8 and 10. Still at 10 o'clock tonight, could be 98 degrees and still 94 at midnight. So the heat definitely sticking around for the time being. Let's talk about those wildfires, though. Ariel is up in the newsroom with the latest on those. What can you tell me?
Yeah, hey, Kyle, thanks so much. Let's take a look outside. This is our Cedar Hill cam looking west. You'll notice that hazy sky in the background. We don't have that usual bright blue sky look that we have this time of year. That's because you can see the smoke all the way from here through our tower cam, again, looking west from Cedar Hill. We've got a couple of our eyes on some fires that are working west of us, as Kyle mentioned. So let's come over here to the Texas A&M Forest Service map. And just to give you an idea, those brown dots, those are going to be contained fires. The red ones, those are active fires. And so we're going to start with the 1148 fires. To give you an idea where we are, Dallas, Fort Worth, and then we go west, this red dot right here. That's the 1148 fire, also known as the Possum Kingdom Lake fire. It's kind of on the north end of the lake, and we do know that right now it is burning 500 acres, only 10% contained. Unfortunately, at least 8 homes have been destroyed. Thankfully, no one hurt. No reports of any injuries at this hour. Now, my colleague Chris Sadeghi was out there earlier this morning doing live reports for Daybreak, and he was saying that there were some roads closed, trying to keep everybody away from that area. They were allowing some residents to go in just to get essential items, but then they had to get back out. And they're also, the Red Cross had set up a shelter at a nearby chapel in Graham, but my colleague Chris told me that they actually shut that down overnight because thankfully nobody needed it. Now, the Red Cross certainly sending a lot of resources to the Chalk Mountain fire, and so that's going to be right here. Again, Dallas, Fort Worth. Right here is the Chalk Mountain fire. That is burning 4,000 acres, 10% contained. I mentioned those resources. That is very needed for those residents there, and that's actually where we find my colleague, Kevin Reese.
This is the evacuation center, the Expo Center in Somerville, that is being used as an evacuation location and a resource center for the folks of this area, and it is very much in need right now. We have learned from one family, that family of parents and grandparents lost 4 homes, and that's just one group of people. We're hearing reports that as many as 12 structures may have been lost in this fire so far. Folks are coming here, being able to use this as a Red Cross evacuation center if they need it. They have a place for livestock and other animals as well. That is being utilized also. We do know that this fire has grown to 4,000 acres overnight. We've watched as air tankers dropping water and flame retardant have been attacking the line about 6 miles to the north and west of here. This is very much a major concern as the weather continues to be extremely hot, as we all know, but they're battling wind as well. This will be an ongoing firefight, they fear, for several days, with only about 10% of it contained so far.
Yeah, unfortunately, things continue to be quite dry here in North Texas. In fact, last time, at least in the DFW area, we saw rain was way back on June 3rd. Only 1/10 of an inch fell then. So we've had 45 days in a row now. I believe today would actually end up being 46. Probably not going to rain between now and midnight. So we can go ahead and say it'll be the 46th day in a row without measurable rainfall. Not the longest streak on record. We have to go back to 2000 when we had 84 days. But it's not just the DFW area that's seen a lack of rain recently. There has been some rain across southern North Texas last week. Probably not enough to help out with the drought situation. We will get a new drought update on Thursday. Worst of the drought kind of from DFW to the south, but I imagine just how dry things have been recently, we will see these higher categories of drought, like the severe drought to extreme drought, to continue to expand across parts of North Texas. By the way, that one fire out near Possum Kingdom in severe drought at the moment, the other one in Somerville County, exceptional drought. That's as worst as it gets. So things are very, very dry here in North Texas, and also now every single county in North Texas under a burn ban. Grayson County was the last holdout. Grayson County has now been added to the burn ban list. So if you're watching this right now, you cannot do any outdoor burning in North Texas as you are under a burn ban. Let's take a look at that forecast for the next 10 days. It'll be hot tomorrow, just as hot as today, or at least almost as hot, maybe a degree cooler. There could be a pop-up shower storm tomorrow, but most places will be dry. A little bit better chance for rain on Thursday, and by better, I mean we upped the percentage by 10%, so it's a 20% coverage on Thursday. It's not high, but it's something to hope for. We do cool off a bit. As you can see, highs back closer to 100 degrees late week and into next weekend. So after today and tomorrow, the excessive heat comes to an end, and just that regular summer heat continues with no major cool downs in our future. Hope you're staying cool. Thanks for watching this afternoon, and have a good day.